Hey there, everybody. This is Nicole. I am going to talk about some things that may or may not be comfortable for some of you. So, if you don't want to hear anything that I have to say, you can definitely shut it off. But this is me sharing a bit about me and what's been going on and how important it is for self care. So, first off, I apologize for kind of disappearing after the 23rd. Obviously, with Christmas, is understandable, and because I don't, I try to stay off social media when my husband is off, which is usually on Fridays and Saturdays. Unfortunately, he wasn't off. That's a whole nother story. Anyhow, um, and then obviously I wasn't gonna drop a video on Christmas. That's is to me that it's more important to spend time with your family than to make a YouTube video. That's just my philosophy. So this is why it is so imperative to do self-care, which I obviously have not been doing over the last several weeks. So if you want to take a listen, please do. It's really important, and I'm sharing this with you not as somebody who is asking for pity or as somebody is uh, I guess I hate to say it, but there have been people who said that, this is like, it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm educating you on what it's like to be somebody like me, because I know that there are a lot of people out there who are like me, because there are. It's just a matter of fact. And it is also important for people to understand how important it is to do self care, because sometimes if you don't do it, you'll end up in a really tough spot, and you'll end up hurting yourself by not doing it. It doesn't have to be anything big or, um, like buying yourself anything expensive or whatever it is. You do whatever it is that makes you happy, right? I mean, that's the whole point. Like retail therapy, watching a good TV show that you uh, that you've seen like 10,000 times, that you just love it. Or a movie that you love and you watch it over and over again, but you watch it because it's like your favorite movie. Read a book, whatever it is. So anyhow, I have not been taking very good care of myself. I've been pushing myself entirely too hard, and um, I unwittingly did this to myself in some fashion. But first off, I wanted to let you know that all of the Etsy orders have gone out. I hope some of you have gotten them and enjoyed what you've gotten. And then hopefully you'll leave some sort of review, good, bad, whatever it is. But I do hope that you did enjoy what I have sent to you, because I do put a lot of work and thoughtfulness and all of that stuff in there for you to enjoy. Um, and obviously, it's a mystery box, so that's the whole point of it. It's supposed to be fun. I hope you understand that. So, and then the next thing is that for the people who have ordered resin items, I know I think it is 3 more resin items that I need to complete. I will do my best to try to get them completed soon. One I have almost done. Um, and then actually, Yeah, no, two I have almost done. One is done, it just needs to be shipped out. And the other one I need to do, which it should be a fairly simple thing. Um, so, to kind of give you a little bit about what has happened and why I kind of went, like, I kind of disappeared for a little bit is so first off, I tend to not do videos on the days that my husband is off because I feel that spending quality time with my family is important. I'm not a person who necessarily will do videos every single day because I feel that is necessary. I would love to get monetized as quickly as possible, but obviously that's not my ultimate goal. The goal was to always to get to 1,000, um, and I hope it stays that way and I continue to grow, because I do have several things that are coming to me, that I am shipping, and it, I think a couple of them have already shipped, and then that will be a part of a fairly decent and very generous giveaway to those of you who have joined my community. And um, and I don't think of you as subscribers. I think of you as a part of my family. And as we say here in Hawaii, it's you're part of my ohana. And so this is me giving back to you for standing by me, especially the OGs who have always been there to support me, and understand where I'm coming from. And then, for you newbies, this is what I do. I talk about self care. I talk about chronic health, mental health, chronic illnesses, chronic pain, because I think it's something that's really important to talk about, because it's a lot of these subjects are taboo and people don't really understand what it's like to have a chronic illness or mental health issues. So it's part education, part fun, because the fun part is obviously doing my resin pours and then also doing, yarn hauls. And 99% of my yarn hauls goes into my mystery boxes. I like to buy and then turn around and then give back to you guys. That is what brings me a lot of joy. Um, and so this channel is about me giving back. It's not about, um, I, I don't know how to put it, but I just love giving back to you guys because you're the reason why I'm here. And because when I started this channel, I honestly thought it would be me talking to myself on YouTube and maybe getting 2 to 5 subscribers. I didn't think it was ever going to get to this point. What I wanted to have is like kind of like a video diary of myself, just kind of letting it all out. And then if people who dealt with the same things that I do, would be able to see somebody like them on YouTube that would relate to them. So for those of you who have recently started following me, that's how my channel works. So I hope you can understand that when I talk about these things, it's not about complaining. It's not about saying woe is me or pity party or whatever. It's about educating for those of you who don't know what it's like to be in the position that I am in, or others who are in similar situations, but to understand what it's really like for me. Obviously, everybody has their own, um, situation, but everybody, understands like what it's like to have, this like battery within yourself, of what you can and cannot do, and that's where self-care comes in. So um, I had been pushing myself over the last several weeks with very little self-care, very, very, very little self-care, and that was a mistake on my part, and not listening to my own advice. Oh God, that, I mean, really? Hello? Duh. Here I am talking about self care when I should be doing it for myself, right? Um, and and of course I gotten a lot of flack from some people saying that all I'm doing is complaining and boohoo, woe is me, and all of that crap. And in all honesty, um, or they didn't, or that I seem like I talk too slow, or they felt that I was uh, high or whatever it is. So I have recently taken up the attitude of, okay, so first off, I'm from Hawaii, for those of you who don't know. Born and raised, I lived on the mainland for about 15 years. I lived in Minnesota, Iowa, South Dakota, Nebraska, and South Dakota. When I lived in Minneapolis, I worked in a call center. I as a insurance business analyst. I was a senior business analyst. I had a very successful career in Minnesota. When I moved to Hawaii, my boss allowed me to take the job and telecommute that way because it was over the phone. There was all I would have to do is just wake up early to meet the central time hours. Um, so I had a very, very successful career, and then all this crap happened to me. It's not something that I asked for. If I had it my way, I would not be in this position. I would rather be working. I did not, I have always been the type of person where I am always working. Um, Before I got sick, it was where, I would be working 10, 12, 16 hours a day. And I'm sure that probably had a massive, massive impact on the reason why I am the way I am at right now, um, as far as the medical goes. Now, the mental health problems have kind of come and gone since I was in from the age of 15. And this is something that I don't share, uh, or I haven't really shared. So I have, I was involved in an abusive relationship. Um, I had a boyfriend who was not a very nice guy. It was an abusive and emotional and mentally abusive relationship. And then, of course, I have two parents that are narcissists. But I have, I am seeing a therapist. I am also uh, on medication, which is, I have, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with either one of those. You have the choice of doing that or not doing that. That's completely up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. So the thing is that because I didn't take care of myself over the last several weeks because of all the things that were going on with the holidays and with my orders and all that stuff, I crashed and burned. And I crashed and burned hard. Um, and plus, I had Christmas party with my family. For those of you who have panic attacks and anxiety and agoraphobia, which is, the fear of going outside, you feel like you literally feel like you're going to die. It's this whole flight or fight type of thing. And for me, it's always, I need to run away. My mom, she thinks she's helping, but she's not helping. When she says, well, I'll just come pick you up, and the boys, because usually my husband works, the company works for, they only close on Christmas Day. And so since the party was on Christmas Eve, um, she's like, well, I can come pick you up. And I, that's no bueno. Um, because for me, I need to be able to have like control over the situation. And in other words, when I'm ready to leave, I need to be able to say, we're leaving. And she doesn't ever seem to understand that. And that's the whole part of setting boundaries. She doesn't understand setting boundaries. She doesn't know where I live. So her thinking she's going to come pick me up is a way of her trying to figure out where I live. That's how bad it is. So anyway, so what happened is on the day after Christmas, I crashed and burned hard. Um, because the days leading up to it, I was not feeling well, not feeling well, not feeling well. And my youngest and my husband were sick. My husband is still sick. He's had this cold for 2 weeks. And so, um, I am I had, I think, incidentally caught their cold, which when I went to the ER doctor said it's most likely I had caught their cold with oh, which exacerbated, sorry, words sometimes. My God, oh, brain fog and words is just like infuriating. It's like, when you have something right at the tip of your tongue and you know what you want to say, but you can't just like say it. So that's brain fog, it's fibromyalgia, it's a whole myriad of things, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. Um, because that's, ugh. Anyway, okay, so, um, on I progressively like slid down this hill, right? Because me, the dummy, I'm like, it's fine. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. You need to get this stuff done. You need to get it done now because you still haven't finished up all the Christmas shopping. You need to wrap gifts. Make sure that the kids' gifts are good to go. All that stuff. And was like panicking, right? So uh, I did everything I needed to do. I want to say within a 3-day span, which was not a good idea. And so what happened was I crashed and burned hardcore on Christmas Day. Um, and it was not pretty. So please, 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 when I say this, self-care is important. You don't have to do it every day. You don't even have to do it every other day. But please make time for yourself. It's important. It's so very important. Um, and for those of you who maybe don't understand or you don't care, I get it. You know, I get it. Maybe this just doesn't make any sense to you, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because it's my channel. Um, like it or not, this is who I am. I say it like it is, and I will say whatever I want. I don't care. I'm tired of people telling me this is what you should say, this is what you shouldn't say, this is what you should talk about, what you shouldn't talk about. No. No. We need to talk about this. Self-care is important. Do it, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes. Read a couple of pages of your favorite book. Take a half an hour and watch one of your shows. Whatever. That equals to self-care. Take a nap. That's self-care. I don't know, buy something small for yourself on Amazon. Self-care. If it makes you feel like take a nice shower, take a bath. I'm not a bath girl, I'm a shower girl. I love shower fizzies. Um, if you don't know what a shower fizzy is essentially a bath bomb. Only what you do, it's a flat disc, and you put it on the bottom of your tub, and then the water will hit it, and then it'll let out a scent with bubbles and stuff like that. That's what I like to do sometimes. Um, when I can be left alone for more than 10 minutes, since I have kids, and it never seems, and my husband, and it never seems to, I don't understand. Why is it that, like, I go, do something where I'm trying to take some time for myself. Hey mom, I can't find this or can't find that. What? Why? Why are you asking me? Your father is just right there. Is he invisible? Am I the only, like, parent here? Your dad is right there. Ask him. For the moms out there, am I the only one that experiences this? I can't be. It's just, ugh. Anyway, so on the day after Christmas, I couldn't take it anymore because I was in so much pain. I didn't know what was wrong. Um, I had a massive headache, stomach pains, um, body aches, running hot and cold, but I didn't have a fever. And my fibro flare was off the charts. Using the scale of 1 to 10, which I don't necessarily agree with that scale, um, I was at, I would say, probably at 20. And I would, I don't go to the ER unless I know I have tried everything and nothing is working. And nothing was working. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. So I took myself to the ER. They asked me what was going on because I was having chest pains. I also, along with all the other problems, and then, because of the celiac and my other stomach problems, I hadn't been eating well. That was the other thing. Eat. Make sure you eat. Even if it's crap, just eat something, because obviously that exacerbates the problem. So I went from 107 pounds. Now, I used to weigh 122 pounds. Ever since I got sick, things have progressively just, like, been blah. And so I had lost 10 pounds in a week. Not good. So I'm currently at 97 pounds. I need to gain that weight back. I was warned by the emergency room doctor that if I don't, I'm going to have even more problems. So they hooked me up to an IV because I was dehydrated. I had some other medications pumped into me for my stomach cramps, and EKG done because they weren't sure if I had a heart attack. And then they did some blood work and figured out that I had extremely low potassium levels, and that's not good. And so, now this is all the stuff that happens when you don't do self-care. It will affect you overall. It will bring your energy battery down. It will also bring your mental and emotional battery down. So it is very important that you do this. I mean, hello, I'm talking about it and I didn't do it. So, the other thing too is that, because I was in a lot of pain, I did get some pain medication through IV to help manage what was going on. Now, granted, as you all well may know, you go to the ER, you get your relief. I was there from 6 p.m. till midnight, and they were almost actually going to admit me because they didn't feel whether or not my potassium level was going to be stable enough. But they felt that maybe by giving me supplements, I can then contact my PCP, who she would then prescribe me supplements, and then possibly figure out a some sort of where I have to get an infusion every, whatever, so many weeks or months or whatever, to keep up the potassium levels, because this has been an ongoing issue. And honestly, sometimes I don't even know what my husband always jokes. He says that sometimes he thinks that they either, like, they have this like secret Google where they just type in your symptoms and then say, okay, that's what you have. Or they have a dartboard in their office and then they throw the dart and then they say, that's what you have. Because I have been given so many diagnoses. And one thing that has stuck out in my mind is that they do think that I might have Parkinson's because of all the shaking, because I do have a lot of shaking. But so my and it's something that's a part of my family. My dad had Parkinson's before he passed away. My dad's dad also had Parkinson's before he passed away several years ago. And then, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes. I have the opposite problem. I have low blood pressure, where usually my blood pressure is so low that it's been flagged. So I'm on medication to make my blood pressure go up. And so when I went to the ER, it was actually through the roof, or what you could say normal for other people. It was like 133 over something, and then 125 over something. But that's not normal for me. I'm usually around the 80 to 90 over whatever. I can never remember what the bottom number is, but having this condition does not allow me to take certain other medications. Plus, I have like 5,000 allergies to other medications. So I'm very limited in that sort of thing. So I'm talking about all of this stuff because I'm letting you know that because I didn't do my own due diligence about self-care and taking care of myself, and resting when my body was telling me to rest, taking a couple of days off or whatever it is from doing what I needed to do, and basically saying screw whatever it is and that it can wait another day or so. I just went ahead and did it, and I paid for it. And so I want you to understand that, number one, please take care of yourself. I would not want to hear from anybody that that you're not taking care of yourself. You are way, way, way too important as a person to not take that time out for yourself. Doing whatever it is that you want to do that will help you relax and have some quiet time for yourself. It can be whatever you want it to be. And then number two, to hopefully educate you on what it's like when you don't. So for me, this is what happened when I didn't. I think I went without doing any self-care, any real self-care, for at least 2.5 weeks. And that was obviously not a good idea. And so that's why I lost all of that weight. I wasn't eating. If I did, it was just like a couple of bites of something, and I couldn't do it. And then the other thing is, uh, 3, I hope this educates you on myself, what my channel is about, because I know I've gotten some newbies, and I do hope that you guys, who are newbies, and you do stick around, and that you can spread the word and have other people join my ohana, because I love giving back. I love doing giveaways. I actually have been thinking about doing a giveaway when I hit, like, say 1100, where if you want to, and you can let me know if, as a prize in a giveaway at 1100, because I'm going to do I'm going to try to do giveaways at every single what I would consider a milestone. So at 1100, and I haven't looked to see if I fluctuated or not, and hopefully I haven't, to the point where I've dropped back down under 1,000. But where, if anybody would want to, I would give away 1 hour of my time to have a one-on-one through like StreamYard, and I could show you how to pour resin. Yeah, you can ask me all the questions you want on that, and maybe have some fun. And then the end product, you can tell me, let's say we make one of my larger trays. I have a lot of very large trinket trays where they're like maybe larger than my hand. And we can, quote unquote, pour them together, and then you can pick out the colors, and I'll finish it up for you, and then you would then get the finished product. But I would be willing to do that as a prize, so like a private one-on-one lesson on how I do what I do for my resin pours when I do my lives. So that's something that I've been thinking about, and I don't know if that's something that anybody would be interested in, because then you would learn a little bit more without having other people on the live, and then you would get the physical product at the end, which usually is valued, with my larger trinket trays, value at about $100+ because they're so big and they take so much resin. But anyhow, I'm ending this right now because we're hitting at 30 minutes. But I am going to take a couple of more days, and then, or maybe I'll rest today, see how I feel tomorrow, and then because I am expecting more yarn to come in, so I'm not going anywhere. I just need a little more time for myself. But I wanted to just hop on here, talk about what has been going on, and then hopefully you didn't miss my face. Don't forget about me. Please don't unsubscribe, because I have lots to share with you. And I do plan on doing more vlogs. I think everybody seems to be enjoying them. And then you're also helping me by pushing myself to get outside of the house. So I am planning on going to another Walmart to see if their stock of yarn is any different than the last one that I went to, and then going back to Ben Franklin to see what their stock is like, to see if they've got anything new, and seeing if they've got any fun stuff. And like I said, I do have a 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I have in the works. And then the Etsy shop will probably be restocked after the first of the year, and because I have I love I just I'm not doing this. I'm not doing the mystery boxes for the money. I don't make hardly any money off of it. So it's because I like giving back to you guys, and and hope that you enjoy all of it. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video right now because I have already talked entirely too long about this subject. But I hope that you have learned a little bit about me, and understand that this is me, good, bad, and ugly. I don't sugarcoat things. Um, and I I like talking to you guys, whoever it is out in the ether that is a part of YouTube land, and that uh, I hope you stick with me. I really do, because I have a lot to offer. I really do. You could probably ask a lot of the yarning community. Well, maybe not a lot. I'm not that popular. But several people, like Thris and probably maybe D, um, Creative Hands, and Mama G, that understand where I'm coming from, that this is important. This is stuff that needs to be talked about. And I am uh, broaching subjects that are difficult to talk about. So, I hope to see you again, hopefully tomorrow, and we'll talk some more. Um, Again, don't forget, I do have a giveaway, and and the person who won has contacted me, and I will be sending that out soon. It's kind of hard with the holidays because of the post office hours and people still, sending and stuff like that, but it will get sent out. So thank you, everybody. I hope you watched to the end. If you did, that's fantastic. Um, Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button and notification button so you know when I put out my next video. Because you never know what adventures I will be taking you on. Okay? Thanks. Bye.